Welcome back to Loot Labs. In the previous video, we discussed the save and load point orders and then how to use the save point loaded event handler for the basic system of saving. In this video, we'll go a bit further and actually begin to use the save data object to save variables and how to use those variables in condition handlers. Let's jump into the editor now. Okay, so I'm back in the Unity editor. Basic scene open and a save menu has been also included. Now, in this tutorial, I want to show you how to save the state of a variable over more than one runtime. So for that to work correctly, I need a save data object in my scene. Currently, I have the save menu, but I need the save data object. So let's go to the top toolbar, under Loot, Create, Save, and then the save data here. This creates a save data object. And in this list, I need to add my engine. So I'm going to add my current engine in the scene here, which is just in the hierarchy over here. Essentially what the save data does is when the save point order or a save is created, it's going to use this save data object. It finds it. If there's an engine in here, it will save the relevant information that is attached to that engine. This can include variables, inventory states, achievement data, and a few other things as well, which we'll go into later on. So how do we actually use this properly? Well, on my flow engine, I have a few nodes here. The first is called set and save variable. So once this order is called, I'm going to show some dialog to the screen, and then I'm going to use a new order we haven't seen before called set variable. All set variable does is take a variable on the flow engine and set it to a given value that you define. So on my engine, I have a Boolean variable called gameComplete, which is currently false. So on my set and save variable node, I'm going to go to my set variable order, and I'm going to set that gameComplete Boolean to equal true. Then I'm going to save the game just like we did in the last video. Then I have my load game node. This again, just like the last video, simply loads the game, and there's no specific key. It just loads the game from the most recent save. Then I have a final node to actually check this is true and the game has been loaded correctly. I have an if statement which checks if the gameComplete Boolean is true, and if it is, it shows some dialog to the screen. So let's see this in runtime. So the first thing I'll do is call my set and save variable node here, and this will show the dialog to the screen. And as you can see, currently the variable or the Boolean is false. If I click, the Boolean has been set to true and the game has been saved. But if I stop playing the game, the Boolean is now false, and if I go back into runtime, the Boolean is still false. However, if I then execute my load game node and open the scene back up, go to the flow engine again, you can then see the Boolean has been set to true. Now if I click and execute the check game complete node, because game complete is true, the dialog can be shown. This is just a simple example of how you can use the save data and save menu to save the state of your game. For a full complete tutorial of the save system, we recommend checking out the starter scene under Loot Starter Scenes, Games, Save System, and then the Save System scene here. This gives you a real overview of all the things you've learned in the previous two videos as a full game. This is a great place to start and a great place to use as a base for using the save system and making the most of it. Okay, so those last two videos covered the save system, and the prior video to that covered the rich text system. We hope that you can use both of these tutorials to make a game which is richer in narrative and offers the player a chance to progress without losing that progression. Thanks for watching with Loot Labs, and I'll see you in the next one.